On screen one can see a suggested agenda for a PMO meeting which happens during the execution of the project. The first page is not part of the agenda, this is part of the lesson. So there are the triple constraints, including quality, schedule, cost, and scope. And when a project management office holds a meeting to discuss cost control, schedule control, and resource control, the agenda might look like the following items. So that's what we're looking at over there. This particular lesson is only going to focus on that. One can obviously do reports for all of the agenda items, but for the sake of space and time, we're only looking at a report focused on resource related challenges. The reason these are referenced is because this was generated on artificial intelligence, so we have to cite the sources. Bing Chat, here's my reference, on the 10th of the 7th, 24. So there's the agenda. We're going to look at the project now. Let's have a look at the project itself. And that's the issue we're going to be looking into. So this is the construction of a road, 2-kilometer stretch by municipality in a low income area. The resources have been allocated, but there is a resource challenge here, as can be seen in the indicator column. Right, okay. So, firstly, let's have a look at the nature of the problem. So I'm looking at the nature of the problem by activating that particular task, scrolling to that task and splitting my screen. The bottom half of the screen I'm activating a Manhattan so that we can look at the histogram or Manhattan on the actual problem. And you'll see here, there's the problem. The problem is that I only have 5 pavers and I need 6 because there is an overlap of those two tasks. There you see, pavers 2, pavers 4. 4 plus 2 is 6, and I only have 5. So that's the nature of the problem. Haven't solved the problem, just looked at the problem. Okay, all right. Now, how does one generate a report for this? So let's have a look at the report itself. Here's a suggested format for a report. I've got some other items in the actual report as well as this particular item. But row 2 project report, all right, table of contents, there's the TOC, okay, and then the date stamp and so forth. The executive summary is over there. This document is made available in the description box below. Schedule on track, tracking Gantt, appendix 14.1, budget, appendix 14.2, milestones and deliverables, and then risks to milestones, okay, risk management, and we're looking at really all the approved changes in terms of the resource allocation. Resource management is over there, all right, and the constraints are over there. So these, all right, the action items, these issues are raised, and the action items are schedule procurement process for additional artisans pavers for user training. Jane Smith is actioned with that particular task, okay, and then of course to prepare a new baseline once that's been done, so baselines can be compared. All right, and here are the attachments, the tracking Gantt, the project status over there, those are screen caps. Here's the S-curve on the costs, all right, and there of course is the Manhattan we've just had a look at, the resource over allocation over there. This report is incomplete. I've only included those parts that have to do with the actual problem itself. Now of course solving the problem would involve simply just getting more pavers if that's too expensive, then getting an artisan, assigning the artisan in place of a paver. We're only short 1 paver. That's the second method. Another method might be rescheduling, so we might want to delay that task by a day. We might want a bit of lag there, right, or introduce a finish to start on those 2 over there. Problem goes away, you can see there. All right, it's up to you. You could of course use MS Projects resource resolution over allocation resolution, okay, tool by selecting over there, going to resource, and going to level resource over there, it's going to make some suggestions. But all told, this is really about the report. How do we generate the report? This document will be provided in the description box, or a link to this document, and then we can use that template going forward.